Okay. So let's start sitting up. We'll just take a few deep breaths here, kind of reconnect with our core this morning. So we'll take our hands on our belly. The hands are going to go on the lower belly between the belly button and the pubic bone. So we want to just feel the natural breath here. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you breathe in, you want to feel the belly become soft and sort of pop out into your hands. And as you exhale, you're going to draw the belly in and back gently. Okay? Nothing changes in the spine. You're not moving into a pelvic tilt. Everything is neutral. But take a deep breath in. And exhaling, draw the belly in, back, and up. And again, inhale. And exhale. Now, as you exhale, you can feel the ability to draw the navel back towards the spine. And maybe you can feel the lift in the pelvic floor as well. As you draw the belly in, just see if you can feel a gentle lift, like a dome is lifting up from the center. And then inhaling, letting it go. And exhaling, lifting. We want to learn how to release, relax the pelvic floor and the belly, and how to contract. And the relaxation is just as important as the contraction. So we're going to take about 5 more breaths like this. Hands on the belly, inhale. Relax the abdominal area, exhale, draw the belly in, back and up. Inhale, relax the pelvic floor, relax the belly, and exhale in, back and up. And again, 2 more times. And then release. And you can come off of your block, or you can stay up if the hamstrings are pretty short. We're going to take the legs out in front. Fingertips are going to come alongside the hips. Push the fingers down, roll the shoulders back, and lift the chest. Shoulders roll back, chest lifts. Press the sitting bones down. Push out through the big toe mounds that lift through the crown of the head. Now here, we want to invite the same breath. But the difference is you're going to roll the inner thighs down. The legs are working now. They're hugging towards each other. Inhale. And exhale. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Lift the belly, lift the pelvic floor. And then inhale, relax. And exhale. Engage the legs. You really want to work the quads. Don't let the heels come off the floor. So if our heels come off the floor, you want to keep them down. Then you're hyperextending your knees, so be careful about that. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Cross your legs. So you should be sitting on the floor, or maybe a small blanket or a small towel. A block might be a little bit high for this. Walk your hands forward. And it's better not to go so far, but to keep the chest open. So only go as far as you can with the chest open, and then relax the head towards the floor. Shoulders back. And take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Just opening the hips. Now walk your hands to the right. Walk the hands all the way to the right side. A nice stretch through the left side of the waist. And then walk the hands to the left side. And come back to the center. Now switch legs. So cross the opposite leg on top. The one that feels a little bit awkward, again, walk your hands forward. Shoulders back, chest open. And then relax the head wherever you go. Hold for a few breaths. Keep your arms very engaged. You want to really hug the triceps towards the bone. And then walk the hands to the right side and stretch here. And then walk the hands to the other side. And stretch there. And then come back to the center. We're going to come up into Tadasana. So if you have a wall somewhere behind you, you can use the wall. If you don't have the wall, then you're going to stand in the center of the room. You're going to place the block between the legs. Okay, but try to find a wall. We want to use the wall to start. We're slowly moving into this awareness of the pelvic floor and the core. And today our focus will be a lot on the legs. Okay, our legs are really important to strengthen, to support the rest of our body. If your legs are weak, all the weight falls on the low back. So lean back against the wall, inhale. And exhale, hug the thighs in. Lift the belly, lift the pelvic floor. And inhale, relax. And exhale. Squeeze the block if you have one. If you don't have a block, you can still do this pose. And you can imagine that you have something between the legs and hug them between the thighs. Inhale, relax. Exhale, hug. Squeeze. Inhale, relax. And exhale. Last breath. Hug, hug, hug. And then come up slowly. Shake out the legs a little bit. We're going to do this again. Okay, so you're going to hug this in. We're going to sit down, but this time you're going to stick your butt sort of against the wall. So you're not leaning back. You're sort of just have the buttocks touching, and you come down a little bit lower, and we take the arms up. So this is Utkatasana with a little bit of support for the hips. So reach the fingertips up, good. Inhale, and as you exhale, squeeze the block. Lift the belly, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale, relax. 3 more breaths. Exhale, hug, squeeze, lift. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Good. And then release the hands down. Come on up slowly. Shake out the legs. And we're going to take the block between the legs. Okay, and if you don't have a block, take a towel, roll it up, put something between the legs. Okay, and we want to just start to become aware of this hugging the block, but it's not just moving the thighs in towards each other. You're actually rolling the inner thighs back. So it's like you're taking your pubic bone back. So the buttocks should be completely relaxed. I want you to feel, make sure you're not squeezing your butt, but you want to feel the activity in the inner thighs, okay? So inhale, close the eyes. And exhale, hug the block, but it's more than just a squeezing in. It's a gentle rolling of the inner thighs back. The knees stay pointing straight ahead. So it's more the skin of the inner thighs going back. The pubic bone goes back towards the tailbone, lift the chest. And then stay there. As you're doing this action, this small action, which is super important, then you gently draw the pubic bone up towards the navel, lifting the belly. But keep rolling the inner thighs back. Inner thighs back. Couple more breaths like this. You'll notice when you do this, you get taller. Okay, now we want to keep this action. We're going to bring it into half downward dog. So hands are going to come on the wall. And you're going to squeeze the block, hands press against the wall. Hug the block, roll it in. Push the feet down. And you'll notice that as you squeeze the block and roll the inner thighs back, you can feel more length in the spine. Now we're going to add the breathing here. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, draw the navel back and up towards the spine. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, draw the navel up towards the spine. You're still rolling the thighs back. Good. And then bend the knees and walk the feet forward and come up. Okay, so I want you to get this nice feeling of the inner thighs rolling back and the belly moving back towards the spine on the exhalation. Now we can do the same thing in down dog with the hands on the floor. So you can keep the block between the legs, walk your hands forward, lift your hips up, hug the thighs in, heels up, and exhale, lengthen the spine, bring the heels down, roll the inner thighs back. Inner thighs back. So now this hugging in and moving the pubic bone back towards the tailbone starts to lengthen the spine. But watch that you don't collapse in your low back. Okay, we want to keep the belly moving back towards the vertebrae. The sitting bones lift towards the sky, but they also move down towards the heel. So you're not lifting the hips up, but there's an integrity here. Good. Come forward into plank. If you need a break, you can drop the knees for a moment, take a break. And then let's come into plank. So we still have this block or a blanket or a towel rolled up between the legs, and push the hands into the ground and spread the shoulder blades wide. And notice that it's a little bit easier to hold plank when we're hugging the block between the legs. Couple more breaths. And then bring the knees down. You can take the block out, take the knees wide, walk the hands out in front. Okay, stretch through the fingertips. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then walk your hands to the right side, left hand on top of the right. Sit back over the left heel. And breathe into that left rib cage. Start to open up the whole left side of the body, especially the back muscles. Couple more breaths. And then walk your hands to the left. Take the right hand on top of the left, sit back. And breathe into the right rib cage, right rib cage. Good. Come back to the center. Again, take your block between your legs, downward facing dog, squeezing the block. So we're going to lift the hips up. It's okay to come on the tippy toes, and the heels do not have to touch the ground. We're just lengthening the spine here and then moving the heels down towards the earth. So you're going to inhale. As you exhale, the inner thighs take the block back. Belly towards the spine, sitting bones towards the heels. Spread your fingers wide. And hold for 3 more breaths. Now come forward into plank. Keep everything in one line. Hug the block. Spread the shoulder blades wide. Look straight ahead in front of you. And hold here. Couple more breaths. Good. And then come down on the hands and knees. You can take the block out. Okay, we're staying on the hands and knees for a moment. We're going to come into cat-cow a few times. So hands and knees. We want to inhale, open the chest and shoulders back. And as you exhale, you want to feel this belly moving towards the spine. Up, in, and back. Chin down towards the chest. And then inhale, release. Open the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Belly in, back, and up. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, draw the navel towards the spine. Okay, so keep going a few more times like this. And what you want to feel is as you're exhaling and the belly moves back towards the spine, you're also hugging your thighs in towards each other a little bit. So it's really about bringing this subtle awareness into the poses and activating different muscles, especially the inner thighs and the legs. A couple more breaths. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round. Hug the thighs in as if you're squeezing something between the legs. And one more time. Good. Now find a neutral position. Okay, so we want to find a neutral position. Hands are underneath the shoulders, feet are underneath the hips. We inhale. As you exhale, now we stay in this neutral position, which means there's a little curve in the back. You just want to stay here. We're not moving. Nothing's moving. But you're going to push your hands and feet into the ground and draw the belly up towards the spine, but nothing changes. You're not rounding your spine. Okay, so we're going to try to find our core here. Inhale, belly relaxes. Exhale, draw the belly in and up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, belly in and up. It's not so easy to access the core properly without moving the spine. Inhale, the belly just puffs up. Exhale, draw it. Two more. This in itself is quite a hard exercise. Now we're going to build up from there. Inhale, exhale, draw the belly in. And start to lift the right arm and the left leg, but without changing anything in your spine. So it's as if you're stretching out through the fingertips and the left leg. And the spine stays in a neutral position, and the breathing is the same. On the inhale, you let go a little bit. On the exhale, we bring it back towards the spine. And then slowly, very slowly, without changing anything in your back, come down. Okay, so it's very easy to cheat here and just lift the arm and the leg. And then it goes into the low back. So take a moment, inhale. Exhale, draw the belly towards the spine. And then shift the weight. Left arm forward, right leg back, hold. Belly in and up. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, draw it in and up. Two more breaths. One more breath. And come down slowly. Come into child's pose. Reach through the fingertips. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. Good. So if you have issues with your wrists, you're going to stay here and you're going to work on this pose. Okay, so this is an option. What we're going to do is come into downward facing dog. And we're going to lift the right leg up. Okay, toes down towards the floor. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to hug the knee in towards the elbow. Okay, 3 times. So if that's too much, you can take the other pose that we just did. Inhale. Hips are square. Exhale, hug the knee towards the elbow. 2. Inhale. And exhale, hug the knee. Release, come down. You can take a moment to stretch out the wrists. Sometimes this bothers people's wrists, but I want you to try to put all the weight in the index, in the finger mounds, okay? If you put the weight in the finger mounds, it will help. And let's do the other side, okay? Inhale. Lift the left leg up. Now don't let the hip open. We want to keep the hip square. Then exhale, hug the knee towards the left elbow, coming into a plank. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Downward dog. And child's pose. Knees drop down. And come forward. And stay here for a few breaths. On the inhale, you want to feel the belly relaxing towards the floor. On the exhale, you want to draw the belly in and the pelvic floor in and up. In child's pose. Okay, if you can't do child's pose or bothers your knees, you can also take the half downward facing dog against the wall. Come on up slowly. Come up. Good. Okay, so we're going to stand in the center of the mat, feet together. You'll need a block, okay, so if you have one. And if not, you can put your hand on your shin or your leg. Hands are going to come in the center of the chest, inhale. And as you exhale, step the feet apart. Okay, you want to stretch through the fingertips here, open the chest. Now rotate the whole thigh, the right thigh, the upper thigh bone out to the side so that the sitting bone comes forward, the pelvis rotates open here. And the back foot is a little bit turned in. Now open the arms out to the side. If you can reach the block, you can put the block behind your foot at any height, okay? If you don't have a block, you can rest your hand on your shin. Reach out to the side, roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen the spine without collapsing, okay? Bring your hand down onto the block or your leg and the other hand up. Now we're going to hold here for a couple of breaths, but not long. And then you're going to come up. Inhale. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Keep the legs strong. The legs, pushing the legs into the ground is what brings you back up. Okay? One more time. And come up slowly and release the hands down. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. And it's not just the toes that are turning. We want to rotate from the whole thigh bone. Place the block behind the left heel. Arms out to the side. Hold here. I want you to feel the feet grounding into the earth. In fact, bend the knees a little bit. Okay, soften your knees a little bit. So you feel the feet pressing down into the ground. And then draw the strength up from the ground. So the more you spread your feet, as if you're trying to stretch your yoga mat wider, you'll feel more strength in the legs. Inhale. So the legs are supporting you. Exhale down. Lengthen the spine. Inhale up. 5 repetitions. Exhale down. Reach up through the fingertips. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Don't collapse. Make sure your legs are supporting you. Now push your feet into the ground and use the leg strength to pull you up. One more time. Good. Nice and slow. Exhale down. And then come up. Turn the left toes in, step the feet together. And come back into Tadasana, feet together. You're going to imagine you're squeezing something between the legs. Roll the shoulders back, lift through the crown of the head, inhale. And exhale, feel those inner thighs moving towards each other and a little bit back. Inner thighs a little bit back. Pubic bone towards the tailbone. And then release. Take the arms in, open the legs wide, okay? Turn the right toes out, turn the left toes in. We're gonna place the block in front of the foot for now. And if you have a block, you can keep it a little bit higher so that it's a little easier for the first time, okay? You want your legs wide enough so that when you bend down, the front knee is right above the ankle, okay? So inhale and exhale. As you bend the knee, you're not just bending the knee. We're rolling the thigh out. The knee stays in line with the toes. And there's a sense of lifting in the chest. Like you're lifting as you're dropping. So you don't want to just hang out here. You want to feel like something is holding you back and pulling you up. Okay, then place your hand on the block in front. And you'll use your arm to push against your thigh. And take this arm straight up towards the sky. And hold for a few more breaths here. Now, most of the weight will fall into the front leg. You want to put more weight in the back heel. Even though you're going to bend the knee more, you're also pushing your back outer heel into the ground. Lift the chest. And as you exhale, feel the belly lifting as you rotate a little bit more. So you're using your core to twist. And then come up. Strong legs. You can turn the right toes in, turn the left leg out, heel to arch, always. And block in front of the left foot. Arms out to the side. Inhale. So remember, as we bend, we're not just going down. We're actually thinking about something holding you up. So you're resisting yourself as you're coming down. So roll the outer thigh down towards the floor. Reach the arms out. Push the right outer heel into the ground. Reach through the fingertips. And then bring the left hand down in front of the leg. And you're going to use the arm to push back. Now, instead of all the weight falling here in the front, put some weight in the back leg. Take that right thigh back. Open the chest. Okay, if this is too much on your shoulder, your arm can also be down here. Now, as you exhale, lift the belly. Draw the pubic bone towards the navel and open the chest. As you inhale, you relax the belly a little bit. As you exhale, you open. Keep that front thigh bent at a 90-degree angle. One more breath. And then come up, straighten the leg, turn the toes in, and step the feet together. Good. Block on the right side again. Arms here in the center. Inhale, exhale, legs straight out to the side. Turn the right toes in, right toes out, left toes in. Now the block is going to be behind the foot this time. Okay, so we had it in front the last time, now it's behind. So as you exhale, remember that length in the spine as if someone's holding you up from under your armpits. So you can't even go down. It should take you a while to come down. And we're maintaining the length in the spine. Roll the thigh out. And then place the hand on the block and roll the right thigh back towards your arm. So you're trying to touch your arm with your leg. And then left hand on the waist. And take the arm out in front and go over the head. Ardha Chandrasana. And think about, again, pressing the back heel, lifting the arch of the back foot. Lots of weight in the back heel. Make that back leg very heavy, very active. And as you push your right thigh back, rotate your chest open gently. And then strengthen the legs. See if you can come up. Through warrior two, straighten the leg, and then turn the toes in. Okay, left leg turns up, right leg in. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, come down. Hand goes behind the left leg. The thigh is rolling back. I'm not leaning all my weight on my hand. My hand should be just on my fingertips. So I'm using my hand, but I'm lifting my chest. Roll the thigh back, push the back heel into the ground, take the arm by the side, and then bring it in front and over the ear. So you're reaching. Good, now as you roll the left thigh back, rotate the chest open. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in and up. Rotating the chest open towards the sky. And then come on up through warrior two. And back up slowly. Turn the toes in and step the feet together. Okay, so we're going to work on Ardha Chandrasana. If you have a wall, it'll be great if you can have your back supported against a wall. If you don't, then you'll do it in the middle of the room. Or you can even put your back foot on the wall. So if you're going to put your back foot on the wall, it'll look like this. Okay? But if you have a little bit of space somewhere, we're going to use the wall for support. So what we want to do is bend the right knee and place the block in front of the pinky toe and just come into a comfortable Ardha Chandrasana against the wall. Okay? So see if you have space. And if you don't, then just have your foot against the wall, but have something helping you with your balance. Okay, so the right leg is on the ground. We're going to bend the front knee. Come back. Only the buttocks is touching the wall, but you actually want to roll the sitting bone away from the wall. So only the head and the left leg touch the wall. So if your butt is touching the wall, you want to work on moving it away. Okay. Now bend the right knee a little bit, push down into the ground, and really feel the strength in the standing leg here. And we always want to feel the work, like you're lifting your quads, opening the chest. And then the top leg, you're flexed. Push through the big toe mounds and open. Now bend the knee and slowly come down. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, so we can hold a little longer if you have a little bit of support of the wall behind your back. So turn the left toes out, turn the right toes in. Bend the leg. Place the block in front of your pinky toe and then come up. Come up. So we're going to spread the foot, like you're stretching your foot wide on the ground, and bend the knee a tiny bit just to push the foot into the ground, and then you start to lift from the quads. And the top leg is flexed. You're pushing through the toe mounds, all 5 toe mounds. Lots of energy in both feet. Okay, when the legs are strong, the rest of our body, especially our low back, doesn't have to work so hard. So as you exhale, draw the belly in and up. Inhale and exhale. Reach through the fingertips. And then bend the knee and slowly come down. Okay, we're going to do that again. And we're going to add a little bit of core strength here. So we're going to bend the knee, come forward. Now here, what we can do is take the hand off of the block and see if you can have it just in the air. So this requires holding in place. Again, if that feels like too much for you, you can use your right hand on the block, or you can really work the legs and see if you can balance here. Couple more breaths. And then bend the knee and come down slowly. I know this is a hard one. Turn the right toes in, turn the left toes out. If it doesn't feel good on your back, on your knees, then use the block for support. Okay, bend the left leg, come up. First find the support. 5 breaths, we'll reach up. And if you want to take it further, you'll take the weight out of the hand. Hold and hold. And then come down slowly. Good. Shake out the legs a little bit. And let's take downward dog again with the block in between the legs. You'll have the block here. We'll walk the hands forward, lift the hips up, And this should feel nice on your low back when you actually hug the thighs in and take the inner thighs back. It's a nice spreading open of the low back area. Feel the heels pressing into the ground. Still a lot of grounding, a lot of work in the legs. And then come down slowly. Okay, take your block out for a moment. We'll do something to work on the core here, and then we're going to come back to another standing pose. So you're going to come into a forearm plank. Okay? In forearm plank, we want the elbows in line with the shoulders and the hands spread wide. So watch that your hands are not inside and you're not collapsed here. Everything is very aligned, and especially the inner part of the hand and the arms pressing down. That's the part that likes to come off. So you really want to focus on the thumb, the index finger mount, the inner wrist, and we're going to come into a plank position and we'll hold here. Now if this is too much, you drop your knees, and you can do it with the knees supported. Ready? Let's do it. Now imagine you're hugging something between the legs. The inner thighs go up. Look straight ahead, push down, spread the shoulder blades, open the chest, and hold, and hold. A little bit longer. And then release and come into child's pose. Knees wide, walk the hands forward. And here you want to feel the belly relaxing again. And as you exhale, just moving gently towards the spine. Slow the breathing down. Okay, and then push up slowly to standing. So we're going to do something to stretch the hamstrings, and then we're going to come into warrior 3 variations. Okay, a couple of things for strengthening the hips and the legs. So first, you'll take your hands on the wall. The right leg will come forward. The left leg will go back, Tadasana. And we're just warming up the hamstrings here. So we want to keep the spine long. Spine long, push the back heel into the ground and start to open the chest. Keep the legs straight, okay? So you wanna feel the stretch in the hamstring. Don't let the head drop. Keep your ears in line with your arm bones. Yeah. And then switch sides. The left leg can come forward, the right leg will go back. Push the hands against the wall and start to square the hips. Push the hands into the wall. Keep the legs strong. Now make sure you're not lifting your foot at all. You want to especially have your left big toe mound on the ground. It's like you're trying to stretch the yoga mat forward and back. Legs are strong, chest open. And then come out slowly. Okay. So for the next one, our hands are going to be against the wall, so my bottom is going to face you. But watch what we're going to do with the legs. Okay, so we're like in a half down dog, but I'm going to want you to lift the right leg up slowly. And when you come up, the toes don't turn out. The knee and the toes point down. Down, down, down towards the floor. We're going to come just to the point of the buttocks, not higher, and then slowly back down. Okay? So let's do that together. We're going to do it on the right and the left, slower. Okay, start with the feet on the ground. Hug the thighs in. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly, press the left foot into the ground, lift the right leg up, hold here. And then slowly bring it down. Okay, we're not holding a long time, just 2 or 3 breaths. Shift the weight to the right leg. Lift the left one up. Go slow. Go slow. And then come down very slowly as well. Stay here. Again, right leg. Shift the weight to the left. Take the right one up. Keep everything in one line. So over here, there's a sense of this inner thigh rolling up towards the sky. And then back down. And the left leg up. And then back down. Bend the knees. Walk the feet forward and come up. And stand in Tadasana. So feet together. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the chest. Open the heart. And again, get that sense of the inner thighs moving towards each other and back. Come back to the breath as you exhale. The pubic bone lifts towards the navel. The pubic bone also moves back towards the tailbone. The thighs squeeze in. Legs are strong. Arms are a little bit behind the waist, so you're feeling this opening through the chest, or your hands can be on your belly. Notice that on the exhalation, we can activate the lower abdominals and the pelvic floor, and then relax. Okay. So if that felt difficult, do the same one again. Okay, we're going to go a little further with our back foot on the wall. So now your hands will be on a block. They can also be on a chair. Okay, so you have the option to put your hands on a chair and go a little bit higher. And we need to find the right distance so that our foot can be on the wall and our left leg will be right under the hip. So the right leg is up. I'm going to take the chest forward. Warrior 3. Now here the key is not to collapse in the hands. You want to use your hands for support, but roll the shoulders back. Take the chest forward. Now push your foot against the wall and energize your right leg. So don't let the right leg bend. The right knee should straighten. Left leg strong as well. Drop the right hip. Take the heart forward. And then release down and come up for a moment. Knees bent. Just take your hands on your low back here and just give yourself a nice stretch. So this pose requires a lot of strength and a lot of stability. Okay, let's do the other side. So the hands are going to come on the block. The right leg will be on the ground, left leg up. And now here, you want to watch that your leg is not turning out. You really want to drop that left thigh down towards the floor. Push the left foot against the wall. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. And then you have to engage the left leg. Really work that left thigh up towards the sky, especially the front of the upper thigh. Chest forward, heart open, strong legs. And then release that down. Then the knees slowly come up. Give yourself a nice little back bend. So when you're here, you're pulling your sacrum, your tailbone down towards the floor and open the chest. Good, we're gonna do one more like that, okay? 5 or 6 breaths, finding the balance of the hips. The legs are strong. The stronger the legs, the more safety you have in your spine, okay? If that felt difficult, take this one again, where we lift the leg up, or you can do on the hands and knees, arm and leg, alternating lifts. So right leg will come up, left leg on the ground. And first thing we do is find the alignment in the hips. So make sure the hips are square. Make sure you can sit a hot cup of tea on your sacrum and it won't spill. Then open the chest, energize the right leg, energize the left leg, take the heart forward. Take a few deep breaths here. Even though it's a strong pose, we quiet the breath, we soften the breath, release that leg down, come up for a moment. Take the tailbone down, sacrum down, open the chest. Last one, we're going to take the left leg up. So come down, left leg up, warrior three variation, toes down towards the floor. Take the chest open. Energize the right leg, open the heart. Good. And then release that leg down and come up slowly. Good. Okay. So for the next one, we're going to take the legs wide. Ardha variation. Our toes are going to turn in slightly. The outer heels are going to press down into the ground. Hands on the waist, open the chest. So really feel the inner and outer ankles pressing down. You don't want to collapse inward or outward. And you also want to notice, do I still have an arch in my foot? I want to lift the arch up through the inner thighs. I want to pull that arch up. Okay, so that when I come forward, I'm not just sinking, I'm lifting through the legs, and then I'm coming forward, okay? Hands can come on the block, or they can come on the little lower block, or on the floor, but I want you to come into sort of a downward facing dog here. So it's like a down dog, you're stretching your arms out in front with the legs spread wide. And as you hold here, again, think about those arches, lifting. Lift the arch up through the inner thigh, up through the pelvic floor, through the spine, through the crown of the head. Feel the connection of the whole body. The more we ground, the more we lengthen. So there's no sense of collapse, there's a sense of lifting and lengthening. A few more breaths. And then walk the hands back. Heel toe the feet in a little bit, hands on the waist. Roll the shoulders open and come up with a straight spine. Good. Okay, let's lie on the back. We're going to take the block in between the legs for a bridge pose. Walk your feet back and place your hands on the floor. So we're going to take bridge, but emphasis is going to be hugging the thighs in. So we inhale. As you exhale, you ground the feet, squeeze the thighs in, and lift the chest. Lift the chest. Roll the shoulders open, hug the thighs in, lift the chest. Open the heart. And then slowly come down. And as you come down, try to touch the upper back first, then the middle back, and then the lower back, and the sacrum. Okay, so we're articulating the spine as we come down. So again, walk the feet back, press the feet into the ground, hug the thighs in, and lift the hips up. Roll the shoulders back. Hug the thighs in. Lift, lift, lift. Feel the inner thighs moving towards the block. Open the chest, the arms pressed down. You're rolling your shoulders open as well. Hold a little longer. And then very, very slowly roll down. Upper back, middle back, sort of creating a little pelvic tilt here. And coming down, stretching out the whole spine. Okay. So we're going to go one step further. We're going to take the block out, come into full bridge. If that felt like it was nice for you, especially if you're working on your knees, then you can do it again with the block. But here we want to imagine we're squeezing the block between the legs. So even though there's no block there, we have this memory of hugging the block in. So we're going to lift the hips up, roll the shoulders open, clasp the hands, and reach through the arms, get the chest to open. So your thighs are moving towards your knees,
but your chest and rib cage is moving towards your chin. And we're creating space in the low back. Now remember that block between the legs. It's like you're hugging a block in. And then very, very slowly come down. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. Just rock a little bit side to side. Massaging the back muscles. And now cross your right leg over the left. So one knee is right on top of the other. Now we're going to stretch out the hips. So you're going to hug the knees into the chest. Knees into the chest. You should feel a nice stretch on the outer right hip. If you want to go further, you can reach for your ankles and pull the ankles apart. A few breaths here. Good, a little bit more. And then take the left leg, cross it over the right. Hug the knees in. Hug the knees in towards the chest. So the knees are moving in towards the chest. Hold the ankles open. Hold. Breathing into the left outer hip. And release that. Take the right ankle over the left knee. And now we'll stretch out the piriformis, the buttocks muscle. So you're going to pull the left thigh in and push the right thigh away. You should feel a nice stretch through the buttock area, deep in the buttock. Flex the foot so you energize that right leg. The left leg can be relaxed. And the more you pull the left thigh in, the more you push the right thigh away with your elbow. And hold. And hold here. Good. Switch sides. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Pull the right thigh in, push the left thigh away. Open the chest. Breathe. Couple more breaths here. Good. A little bit longer. We want to hold long enough so the muscle actually relaxes. It's minimum 30 seconds to actually get the muscle to change shape. If you stretch too fast, it doesn't really do a whole lot. Good. And then release that. Plug the knees in. A little bit side to side. We'll do one more thing for the abdominals before we take Shavasana. So if you have your block, you'll take your block between your legs. Arms out to the side. Hug the block between the legs here. Now to make it a little more challenging, you can move the knees away from your head. But don't let the back come off the ground. So you want to keep your back into the ground wherever you are. Inhale. Exhale, hug the block, move the knees a little bit to the right. Inhale. And exhale, come back. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale, come back. Okay, so we're always moving on the exhalation. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, exhale, back up. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the block. Use your stomach muscles. Use the obliques to come back. Again, inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Come back up. One more time. Squeeze. Control the movement. Hug the thighs in and use your abdominals to come back up. Good. Release the block, hug the knees in again. Let's come into Shavasana, final relaxation. So it's nice to have something under the knees, especially after we use the legs so much. So if you have a bolster, you can place a bolster under your knees, something under the head for support. So I'll grab a blanket and a bolster here. My dog ate my bolster at home over the weekend. Very unhappy about that. So let's lie on our back, take the bolster under the knees, and Shavasana is very important, so don't kind of turn off the video and go. It's probably the most important pose because we worked on strength of the core, of the legs, and now we want to allow those muscles, those joints to relax. We want to keep the hip flexors nice and soft, soft groins. Roll the shoulders open. Relax the face. Relax the jaw. And the energy of Shavasana is just down into the ground, sinking and melting. Heaviness. The quality of earth. You notice your mind wandering, you just come back to the breath, come back to the feeling of the bones being heavy. You feel the support of the ground underneath you. Let the brain rest towards the back of the skull, let the eyes rest. And then slowly bring your attention back to the breath and notice the belly naturally rises as you inhale, and it naturally falls as you exhale. You don't have to do anything. A lot about yoga is getting out of your own way. Kind of just letting nature do what it's supposed to do without gripping, without holding, without tightening. And then we'll bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, roll over to the left side, or the right side actually. I'll go on to my left. Come up slowly to a seated position. You can sit up on your bolster, on your blanket. So the feeling we want to have at the end of our practice is that we're grounded, we're solid, sinking into the earth, and awake, not drowsy. So there's a sense of stability, but also this sense of aliveness. And that's generally the feeling we want to have at the end of every practice. So bring the hands to the heart. Just take a moment to connect with your inner strength.
Let's close together with one Om. Inhale. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel.